Okay, so we've created the key, we've created the email message. Now we need to create the email headers. And to do HTML-based email, we need to include a couple extra headers. We need to include a MIME version. Like so. And we need to include a content type. It specifies as text/HTML. And the char set there we go. And I should mention while I think of it, I was reading earlier online, and I believe this r/n here, this is the new line character. It has to be placed within single quotes rather than double quotes. Actually, let me pause the video and make sure I get that right, because I want to make sure that I'm on the same page and I'm not telling you incorrect information. So hang on 1 second, I'll be right back. I just double checked this, and just to clarify, the /r/n needs to be in double quotes, not single quotes. So let me just make sure that everything's correct here. Go ahead and do this. There we go. So that should be fine now. And the last item in the headers list, excuse me, the second last item, okay, so headers are complete. Now all we need to do is send the mail. And we do that using the mail function. We're going to pass in the email address that we want to send this mail message to, the subject, the message, and the headers. And then we want to update the database. And we want to insert this key that we created and that we included in the email. We want to make sure that's included in the database now. So I'm going to create a statement variable. and prepare, and I'm going to update members and set the password reset column. And we're going to bind the params. And we're going to give it 2 strings. The first is going to be the key, because that'll be put in the password reset column. And the second is the email, so input email. So then we execute it, and we close it out. Let me just go up and make sure we've been closing out our previous connections. I'm not sure if this is going to be an issue, potentially. But let's go ahead and copy, paste this up here. Let's just make sure that we close this connection that we opened. Okay, so that should update the database. And the last thing that we need to do for this section of the file is we need to add an alert message to let the user know what's going on. Excuse me. And we'll ask the user that they please check their email for that password reset message. And then we'll display the form. Let me just copy and paste it instead. Okay, so let's save that. Believe we should be good for this section. So let's go ahead and test it just to be sure. $71. Okay, so that looks good so far. Let's just double check. Yep, it asks us for a valid email. Let's give it an email that doesn't exist in the database. It looks like it doesn't exist in the database, and let's go ahead and check. Okay, so it looks like everything's good so far. Obviously, we sent this to a temporary email address. I don't have control over that admin@admin.com domain, but everything should be working, and I will test that in a little bit on a temporary server and make sure everything's good to go. Okay, so that's the first section that we need, and let's go ahead. Let me actually get this set up on a temporary server so I can show you that it's actually working and that I'm actually receiving email. So if you give me one moment, I will be back and I can demonstrate that.